Hey guys, so I'm going to be drawing some hands for you. They might not be the best looking, but they get the job done. You're not going to see anything right there, so I'm just going to move down here because I love you guys. So you want to start with a square or a diamond, whatever. This right here is going to be where your wrist is. However you want to do that. Or it could be a peepee, whatever you want. This is going to be the thumb. I like to say that I set my drawings up with, like, you know, circles where the knuckles go and stuff, but really all I need is this to work with because it gives me a good map. So this is basically the palm of your hand. So we have the pinky, we have the ring finger, we have the middle finger. Middle finger is always the longest one, and then we have our pointer finger. So this is not the way a hand normally looks unless you're going to high five it, but that's the general senses of how I draw my hands. And you know, I love me some black fingernails, so there's that. I'll go on to the next one where it'll be a hand in maybe a more dynamic pose. Okay, so I'll do a more dynamic hand. I want to say, okay, what are you gonna see right there? I want to say that I always start out with this sideways square, but I really don't. Sometimes I just kind of freehand my hands, but for the sake of this, I will try to make this work. So this will be where the wrist is. We got a skinny little wrist. So here's where the thumb is going to be. And you know what? You can just like play with the shapes, play with the sizes. It doesn't have to be exactly a certain shape and size. You can kind of eyeball it, you know. Go with whatever you're feeling. Here's the fingernail. I love knuckles, so I like to kind of exaggerate those a lot. So we'll do this finger like this. There's something outside squeaking right now and it's like driving me insane. And then fingernail, we'll do this one like this. Kind of add a little bit more, you know, movement and fluidity to the hands. Got the knuckle right there. This one will go like this, and then the pinky. I always like to do something dramatic with the pinky because I feel like it kind of adds, you know, like prettiness or flair or something to the drawing. So it's pretty much how I draw hands. It works in any direction. And another thing I would suggest is just, you know, pose your own hand if you're not really sure what to do with it. You know, sometimes this works, which, I mean, I don't know who does this and it works for them. Okay, well, I can see how that works. But for me, I feel like the square thing kind of works the best. You know what? Be your own dang model, you know? If you don't know how to draw something, or if you're having a hard time drawing a certain hand position, just draw your own hand. Just kind of, or just have someone else pose if you like don't, you know. And this thing, like, I hate to say it, but this is really the only way that I can ever actually draw hands, so I guess you guys are just going to be stuck with this because I'm a freaking loser and this is all I can do. So I'm looking at my hand. This is going to be very messy. I'm so sorry. I'm looking directly at the camera, so I don't know how to follow my own hand very well. But, yeah, so just, you know, pose your own hand or have someone else do it for you. You don't have to completely freehand everything that you draw. You know, that's not what it's about. You're allowed to have help. You're allowed to, you know, use references. I actually, you know, recommend references a lot to people who are barely starting to draw and don't know what to do as far as anatomy. You know, take screenshots of people, you know, practice their poses, do all that kind of stuff. That's the best way to learn, is to practice, but just always make sure you make it your own, that you don't just, you know, carbon copy everything other people do and you just kind of, you know, do your own thing, you know, make it your own thing. I always see little like tutorials and stuff on Tumblr of like, you know, how to draw a neck or how to draw this or how to draw that. And I honestly always save those things because I feel like they come in handy for me to learn little shortcuts. That's how I learned how to draw hands like this, was I found a shortcut on Tumblr of someone saying, you know, draw a square and then this and this and this. And I thought it was so cool that I just ended up, you know, kind of adapting it into my own style, and it's kind of something that I really love and that really, really, really works for me, obviously. You know, and maybe you guys can use it too and it'll help out. But yeah, you know, use your own hands, use friends' hands, look at references, you know, find shortcuts, find things that work for you. It may not be what works for everyone else, but it works for you, and that's all that matters. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next video.